Free to, free to. Free to have our own choices. Sing loud and set free our voices. No longer gonna be a slave and conform to what they want. We can save the peace in our minds. Woo! If as a collective we question the lines. You're gonna find that given the pain gets insane, it overrides the thought process in your brain. The little sparks of energy begin to form a synergy that make us into who we be. Freedom for me, for you to be. We become a we, and the opportunities become the ability to hear what society wants the world to be. Instead of listening to what we want, they ask us to conform, and it becomes the so-called norm. We have fed this information from the day we're born. Don't step out the lines they have drawn. Safety inside, we can hide. It stops us to think of questions, and we stumble our way through life. The path we're on, I guess it's just easier for us to be here if we don't need to think for ourselves. But my thoughts for free are here. Imagine if this was not all it could be. Humanity where our thoughts were set free. Imagine the possibilities for our children, not just you and me. Free to have our own choices. Sing loud and set free our voices. No longer gonna be a slave and conform to what they want. We can save the peace in our minds. If as a collective we question the lines. So ask yourself, why is this or that? It's all to do with money for the big men to get fat off the things we don't have. But the little we do have, they take that. Tax until what you have left is so small. You struggle to have any left, they may have well to go. Free to have our own choices. Sing loud and set free our voices. No longer gonna be a slave and conform to what they want. We can save the peace in our minds. If as a collective we question the line. The fat cats in their brand new cars, fancy clothes, fancy cigars. They thinking all the time how to take more. I mean the champagne tastes jolly good, old chap. What's that? Raise the taxes so we can have more. I have an idea, old son, let's tax the poor, the disabled and the working man. Let's make it so expensive to be alive, to have a smoke or a pint by increasing the prices. The normal man cannot afford to feed their families, but the fat cats take twice. So they have to. That champagne does taste jolly golly, it's very nice. Free to have our own choices. Sing loud and set free our voices. No longer gonna be a slave and conform to what they want. We can save the peace in our minds. If as a collective we question the lines, it's never gonna change. They give enough just to distract our brains. With social media, they just keep feeding and feeding you. I blink, ideas blink that you think are your own, and keep chipping away at our souls. The algorithm said everything placed in the right order, except we just accept what we need. No reason to think and let's sit back as they laugh at us feed. Hear piggies feed, snort, oink, oink, snort. Let's stop feeding need and following being sheep. Wait, let me clear my throat, wait. Free to have our own choices. Sing loud and set free our voices. No longer gonna be a slave and conform to what they want. We can save the peace in our minds. If as a collective we question the lines.